What's up everyone, it's Kaisan here and welcome back to our Path of Exile tutorial. I'm back in my hideout, and as you can see the second master is mysteriously missing, and that's actually because I did some decorating of my hideout. I
You wish
bought
to ask me something?
decorations from Katarina, only from Katarina so far, for as much favor as I had at this point. I was able to buy quite a bit and just, spend a couple of minutes trying to create some sort of a themed corner here. There's some really amazing hideouts. If you, a Path of Exile, well, GGG, the guys who made Path of Exile actually have something that is called Hideout of the Week. So if you want to see some amazing hideouts, you can check that out on their YouTube channel. Um, The
Speak
dailies
to
have
me.
reset, so I'll probably do the dailies. The first thing that we'll do is, as usual, look at some items that we found last episode. The first one is a scepter, um, increased cold damage, some lightning damage. You can already see that there's nothing really working well together here. The increased critical strike chance for spells is for spells, but there's nothing else for spells on here. Um, there's only one damage modifier, which is lightning damage, and the increased cold damage doesn't really do anything. So this is definitely a really bad item. The wild leather that we found, there's some dexterity, a very low evasion rating roll. The life roll is halfway decent, but there's nothing else on it that's interesting to us. No resistances, nothing. So this is pretty bad, and it's only one socket, so yeah. Here we have a headpiece that has a really good lightning resistance roll at this point, and it has rarity. And if you compare this to the one that we bought off the vendor last episode, it's actually, you could think about using it, because you have a slightly lower evasion rating on it, but you have energy shield, which it's not quite as good as the life that we have on the other piece, but on top of the energy shield we get high lightning resist. So if we at some point go into an area where we need high lightning resistance, and I already have one in mind in Act 3, we might use this. So I'm going to keep this for now. And the last one here is a two-handed mace with the flat physical roll and the percentage increase physical, so that's already really good. Accuracy rating, it's a pretty good roll on it, so that works well as well. If you compare the two, this one has roughly the same base. The low end is a bit higher, the high end is a bit lower, but the difference here lies in attacks per second. It only has 1.1, so it's a very slow weapon. I doubt that it will be an improvement, and we don't really have the strength to use it anyway, so we're not gonna keep it. The flat physical roll on it, 12 to 18, is actually a good roll. We would have needed a better percentage roll on it. 35% is not good anymore at this level. Okay, what I wanted to do as well is,
God bless you, Exile.
when we did the last daily mission on Elrion, he jumped up to level 4, and we are only level 31, so that
God bless you,
means
Exile.
this will be somewhere in the 40s, this mission, and that's more than 9 levels difference. So I think it would be really rippy, and that means we're not gonna do it. I said before that I want to get him to level 5 as soon as possible, which I still want, but for now I think we can dismiss Elrion. and try to get all the other masters to level 4. So that's what we're gonna do. And I will get somebody else in and do the dailies and get back to you guys if there's something interesting going on. By the way, we had a level up. I think that was still in the last episode. And because I already have some skills that require higher strength, what I'll do with this point is put it into prowess. So we get an additional 30 strength. That will help us to level all the strength-based gems that we need. And also it will make it easier finding the right gear, because we can use, there's more of a variety of gear that we're actually going to be able to use. Okay, this is a Torah mission, and I killed most of the infected beasts that I was supposed to hunt down. And this is the dangerous one, infected beast, so the rare one basically, and it spawns spiders, crawling infestation. So you can see that it constantly spawns spider ads. And it also, you have to kill it twice. So basically when I kill it the first time here, it explodes and comes back as a skeleton. And yeah, there's a lot of spiders coming as well. So especially if you're in an area where you don't have a lot of space to move around, and it has a chaos aura, so it deals damage over time as well. So there's a lot of stuff going on, and you can see that it is a significant amount of damage, so you gotta be careful. Especially in narrow corridors, this might be tricky. Or if it's a mission in a den and you're supposed to kill all the monsters in a den, you can easily get surrounded, so you have to be careful. I'm just on my Katarina mission right now, and there's one thing that I wanted to mention and that you guys should pay attention to. The mission that I have is, it initially was find and revive 9 corrupted corpses. I already killed 6. There's one thing about this mission that you have to be careful about. The last time we did it, those 3 circles were ways apart from the next 3. But if they're really close together, then if you click on one, you will activate all of them, which means instead of having to fight against 3 revived corpses, or revived, and in this case it is spiders with Viper Strike, you will have to fight against 6, or if there's another one, maybe even 9, so you have to be careful. And also, once they spawn some other mobs as well, so depending on what PC or laptop you're on, you might even get lag by the sheer amount of mobs that are spawning, and I can show you what I mean. Okay, that was actually better than last time, because I lagged out last time quite a bit, and you can see that, yeah, there are 6 on me right now. So here, because they have Viper Strike, I have to constantly move, otherwise I will get stacks on me really quickly. Yep, now I have my first on. And once you have 3, 4, or 5 stacks on you, I have 2 right now. Whoa! Okay, you can see what I'm talking about? Yeah. That was very scary. I'm just gonna flee until the okay, they all ticked off, and now I only had to kill 3, so the other ones just exploded after I did that. But yeah, you can see if you just stand still and you get all those Viper Strikes, you're dead. There's even if you chug your flasks, if you don't get away from there, that's it for you. Alright, the missions are done, so we can just check in with the vendors and see what new items they have to offer. Katarina leveled to 4, so from now on she offers items with her so-called signature mod. In her case, it is +1 to level of socketed support gems, which I personally think is just trash, because I've only seen it on weapons, on one-handed weapons so far, and instead of buying something like this and then rolling it, maybe using an augmentation on it, and then having something where your support gems gain one level, you can just look for another wand or dagger or anything that she offers with a +1 to socketed gems and not just support gems. So first of all, you don't have to spend your Orb of Alteration. Second of all, it's even better because it supports and boosts more gems. So I don't see how these items are good at all. The only way that I could see them being good is if you can find this on a chest piece or something else but a weapon. But I haven't seen it, so I don't think it's good. Race Zombie we talked about. Minion damage is a really straightforward support gem for minions, for summoners, where their minions will deal an increased amount of damage. Glacial Cascade we have seen before on an enemy, one of the first enemies actually that we fought when we, all the way back in Act 1, when we went for the Mercy mission. We were fighting Hailrake to get to the medicine chest, and he was using Glacial Cascade. So it basically looks like a wave of icicles coming towards you. They just pop out of the ground. Okay,
Another
for
day in the land
Torah,
of plenty.
let's see what we got here. It's all unidentified. We talked about Burning Arrow and Ice Shot already. Elemental Hit we haven't seen. Elemental Hit is an attack that can be used for bows and for melee weapons, and it deals 3 types of damage, so all elemental damage types, not at the same time though. They alternate randomly. So you basically, if you hit an enemy, you have a 33% chance of dealing one of those damage types. It gets interesting if you can manage to get a high attack speed, because then let's say you have 3 attacks per second. That means that you can potentially hit once with fire damage, once with cold damage, and once with lightning damage. And because if you inflict the status ailment, it lasts a certain time, maybe a second, maybe 2 seconds, you can potentially have all your enemies frozen, shocked, and burning at the same time. So that's great. It also works well with increased critical strike chance, because that increases the chance that you actually inflict those ailments. Okay, that's it for the dailies. We will go back to Act 3 now, and what we did last episode was we found Clarissa and Tolman. Sadly, not both of them alive, and this time we will go back into the slums and find the entrance to the sewers to go after Victorio's secrets. On my way to the sewer entrance, I found another gem called Slower Projectiles, and this one gives you a reduced projectile speed and also increased projectile damage. It's not used very often right now. A lot of people want their projectiles to be faster instead of slower. So this one is only used in a couple of builds. For example, what we've seen before with Piety, when we had the Piety fight, we had those balls called ball lightning that she was shooting at us, and they were just moving past us, and as they moved past, they would damage us, and you know, there were sparks coming out. Slower projectiles works really well with ball lightning because it slows them down, which increases the time that they can deal damage to the monsters surrounding you before they actually get out of range. Apart from that, there's not much more. There's really niche builds with traps combined with projectiles that you can use it on because it increases the projectile damage of those traps. You could potentially think about using it on Spectral Throw, but then again, it depends on whether you want to have your projectiles faster or slower. If you have them slower, there's one upside because if you throw your weapons, so the copies of your weapons are swirling, and wherever they are and wherever they hit an enemy, they deal damage. So if you have them slower, they will stay out here longer and have, an increased amount of damage is dealt per throw, basically. But I rather prefer faster projectiles, to be honest, so this is really niche. We're gonna pick it up anyway. We found the sewer entrance. On the map you can easily see it once you get close to it because it is this big red dot with an exclamation mark. And once you get here, and you have to have the key. If you have the key, you can just open it and go into the sewers. By the way, we had another level up. If you look at the monster level, it's 28 right now with 32, so I'm still quite a few levels above the zone, which will probably not be the case for you if you just go through the levels without trying to show everything. So just as a reminder, try to stay within 3 or 4 levels above or below a zone that you're in to get, the 100% of the XP from all the monsters. Okay, since we leveled, we're gonna put in another point here because I have only 85 intelligence right now, and I already have some of my skills that require 75 intelligence, and they will soon require more. I'll go into Thiefcraft to make it easier to level those gems as well. In here we have some Soulless Watchers. You've seen those guys before, the Chargers. Just try to avoid those to not be blinded and kill them real quick. No problem. The zone boss of this area is very scary in my mind. One of the worst enemies in the entire game. Well, we have some Undying. They just oh, okay. So they're normal melee monsters. There's nothing special about those. But then you have, where is he? I'm looking for the guy who throws the bombs. Where'd he go? Did I kill him? There's some of them that throw bombs and they deal chaos damage over time. That's just a normal rare. So if they throw those bombs, you will basically get a cloud around you, so you should get out of there relatively soon. Oh, okay, this is the area boss. So he casts temporal chains, so you can only move slower, and then he is a leaper. He jumps on your head, which already, especially in later difficulties, deals a ton of damage. You can see he has a degen aura, so my life is going down relatively quickly. Right now he's not so hard, but once you get to higher difficulty levels, he is the bane of your existence, trust me. And then on top of that, some of his leaps, when he leaps on top of you, he releases a poison cloud as well, so you can't just stand still, otherwise the degeneration, the chaos degen will just kill you straight away. You can see how fast my life is going down here just by standing in this stuff. So I'm really scared of this guy, especially in Merciless in the highest difficulty. He's just insane. So be really careful. Also right now, because compared to other zone bosses, he deals quite a bit more damage. We also had a Flicker Strike drop, a superior one. Sadly, it's only 5% quality, so it's not much better than a non-quality one. We talked about Flicker Strike before. It's the one where you teleport all over the place. Kind of gives you an aneurysm. So I obviously won't use it. I'll just try to sell it in the trade chat. These are the guys I was talking about before, Undying Alchemists. and they throw chaos bombs, or poison bombs they're called. But the poison damage is basically chaos damage over time. So they either throw them directly at you, or they throw them on the ground, and then they explode after a second or two. They're really dangerous. More dangerous than you know, the other mobs in here. Apart from Spine Snap, he's even more dangerous. So just try to focus those guys first, get them down, and then you can deal with the rest. And oh, this is actually the area that we were looking for. We have some blue mobs here. Okay. You are looking for some sort of a quadratic, a rectangular room. And the way you see that it is the room is that it has these outer areas that are, you know, kind of rectangular shape on its own on all four sides. So once you see those, you see, and you know, it's here as well. You know, this is the area that you want to go to, because here you have one of the quest items. And you have to open this stash to get it. And once you do, you have one of the busts pop out. So take the bust. That's basically all you need in this area. And that goes for all three of the sewers. You only need to find the bust, and then you can move on to the next area. In our case here, you usually should try to go towards the southwest somewhere. I'll check up here if there's something, but mostly the exit to the next area is in the southwest. So try to make your way roughly in that direction. Just to show you guys that it worked, so basically southwest, the first thing that, you know, kind of leads, so this was the main area, and then we just took the next right as we went. We took the next right and we made it here. And this is where you get the entrance to the warehouse sewers, the next part. The first thing that you want to find in here is the waypoint, because you will need it later on, so make sure to grab the waypoint. That's really important. Otherwise you have to go back here at some point, and that's just a lot of running. And it always has this particular shaped room, so once you see something like this, you know that the waypoint will be here. We had a gear upgrade drop. These gauntlets here. They have a decent life roll on them and 2 good resistance rolls. And also a decent accuracy roll on them. So if you compare that to what we have right now, we will lose some damage, but because the damage rolls on the gloves that we're wearing right now are so low, it won't be as much. And we will roughly stay the same for lightning resist. We will gain 20 to fire resist, and also life on top of it, and accuracy, which kind of is damage as well. So let's look at the stats. We have 40, 14, 47 right now. With these, we go all the way up to 62 here, 45. So that's way better than what we had before. In terms of DPS, okay, I have to turn on the aura again. We have 127 with the old gloves. And now if I change, I lose the aura because the aura is on here. So let's put it back on. Let's chug a potion and put the aura on. So it was 127, and with the new ones we have 124. So it's basically no difference, but we gain a lot of resistance and life on top of it. So this is actually really good. The only issue with the gloves are, if I take this out again, we are level 32 and the base is quite low. The base is level 20, so we don't get a lot of armor from them. But apart from that, they're really good. One last thing at the waypoint, if you try to continue this way, there's an undying blockage, which actually gives you a quest as well. You can't go through here, the way is blocked, so don't worry about it. Just find another exit. Here we have a new type of monster, Undying Grappler. They use Flicker Strike, so they can teleport to you. There we go. And they cast Discharge. We were talking about Discharge before, that you kind of charge up and then release energy. And the thing is that if you should always focus them first, because if you focus any of the other of their kin, which are those stinking Undying, if you focus those guys first, I can show you what happens. I kill one of them, and they will explode in my face, because once you kill one of their friends, they get really angry and just explode in your face. And the more you kill, the angrier they get, and the more damage they will deal with the explosion. So once again, don't do this, because later on in the game especially, this explosion will be really dangerous. So focus them first, kill them, and then you can kill everything else around. We found a room with the quest item in here. It's the same shape as it was in the last sewers. So you can see it's the rectangular shape again. So once you see this, go in, because there's the next bust for you. Oh, okay. I should not kill those. So also with the blue ones, it also gets obviously more dangerous. If they explode in your face, they deal quite a bit more damage as magic mobs. So make sure to kill them first and get the second bust. And then for the exit of the zone, what you want to do is keep to the northwest this time. And there's 2 exits, and it makes a lot of sense to you might find one of the exits, but you want to find the northwestern one, because that will make it a lot easier for the next zone, and it will you won't have to run as much through the next zone if you find the right exit. I found the right exit, and just to show you on the map, all the way on the other side, on the right side of the map, there's another exit that you could potentially use. But the way the next zone is set up, the exit out of the next zone is towards the northwest. So in this zone, you want to get the northwestern exit as well to save some time in the zone that is to come. So that's why we're taking this exit right over here, and we go into the warehouse district. Once you enter, you'll find yourself in a house, and this is basically the warehouse district. It's houses all over the place, and then there's narrow passageways in between the houses. It's a really annoying zone to go through, because it's quite hard to navigate. So you first have to get out of this house. There might be some mobs in here already. Don't see them. Okay. And once you get out, you have some archers, some Undying Outcasts. We've seen all those guys before. Nothing special. You always want to take the left road, basically, the one that's leading. Oh, hello, charlatan. Can I kill you? Where did he go? Did he already disappear? Wow, I'm terrible at this. Oh, seriously? He was hiding in the corner? Oh man, I don't think I can get him anymore. Yeah, damn you. What a scumbag. Seriously. Alright, let's just
That would only slow
quickly
me down.
grab all of this. Okay. So basically, what you will do, I want the whetstone, is you want to go towards the west. And if the way is blocked, because sometimes you have these wagons in your way, you want to try and go around them, but still go west. And, well, I mean, I said that it's the northwest, but okay, I just want to have the right background here so I can show you guys. I don't see much in the north here on my map, because there's no way here, so I would have to go all the way up here. And I don't think that's the right way. So that's why I'm going here and trying to go towards the west. What's that? Frenzy is damaged. Okay, I don't
Back
mind.
into the ground with you.
So again, take the westernmost way here. Keep going. Now we went around the blockage right there. And if you follow this, and you can already see it here, you'll easily find the exit towards the next zone, which is Marketplace. In the Marketplace, we will find Spine Serpents again with chaos damage. By the way, I don't know if I mentioned it, but you do have chaos resistance as well right here. It's 0 right now. And right now you don't really have to worry about it, but later on in the game you need to get some chaos resist, and chaos resist is actually the one that is most difficult to get on your character or on items overall. Superior Molten Strike. Okay. So that's the one with the balls of molten magma. Melee attack, and we've seen it on the zone boss in Crematorium. 7% it's nothing special, so it will probably not sell for much, but we'll take it anyway. And there's another type of monster. I already hear them in here. You know, we've seen them before, but this time they use puncture in here. So you gotta be careful if you get punctured not to continue running, because otherwise you just bleed all over the floor, and you know, who wants that? So just keep to one side here, and at some point you will see this entrance here, and a lot of statues. And in this area there are a lot of statues, and they will come to life once you get close to them. So here we go. Now they attack me. There's some melee statues, and the most dangerous one are actually the archers, because they use ice shot. So that means they can freeze you, they can slow you down if they hit you, and the ice shot itself actually deals quite a bit of damage. So I usually try to focus them first. Okay, here's another one, and in here, as one of the statues, we also have the zone boss. He should be somewhere around here. Probably the next wave if I come close to them. Yeah, you can already see him here on this red statue right there. And now, okay, let's get rid of the others first, because that's quite a few. And he is lightning based, so you want to have a halfway decent lightning, and also physical. So he uses lightning strike. We've seen that a couple of times before, which is half lightning, half physical, and he deals a fair amount of damage. And he also has this glowing shield, and that's another skill that is called Tempest Shield, which basically reflects some of the damage that you deal back to you. So it increases his block chance, and if he blocks, you get damaged. So that's an additional damage source. But apart from that, he's not that hard. You can easily kill him. Here we go. And we found another superior gem. This time it's actually interesting because it's 12% quality. Ice Spear. Ice Spear is used quite frequently, so that's good. And 12% quality is worth something. I'm not 100% sure how much it is. It might be 4 to 5 chaos, maybe? Somewhere around there. I'm not really good at valuing items, and so I mostly use the website that I showed you earlier, PoE.trade, and just look what this gem with 12 quality, roughly around 12 quality, is going for, and then I'll offer it for something similar. But this should be a couple of chaos, definitely. So this is a really nice drop. If you keep to one side again, at some point you will see this Colosseum shaped area right here, and right beside it you will find the waypoint in the area. So you can take that. The catacombs is a side area. There's nothing really to do in there. There's no quest, nothing. It's somewhat similar to, if we look on the map, to the Dread Thicket that we visited before. So there's nothing really to do in here besides, leveling if you want to use it for that, which some people do in merciless difficulty. Right now, it's basically useless. But I will show it to you anyway, the start of next episode, because this episode is already ongoing for quite a while, and I want to cut it here. So let's just go back to our hideout, have a look at our beautiful character, and end the episode here. I hope you guys enjoyed it. We made quite a bit of progress through Act 3, all the way through the sewers and through the warehouse district into the marketplace. So that was pretty good. And yeah, leave any comments if you think I can improve the content even more. Give it a like if you liked the video overall. Subscribe to my channel if you want to support me, and I'll see you guys for the next episode.